Good morning. Good morning. Hi. How are you? Good morning. Hi. This is Maggie Chula, and I am here today sharing my sacred information with you. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to take a moment as I allow the beautiful beings of light who love to come and visit with us to join in and wait for the beautiful circle of light to start to be created. So opening up the channel and saying good morning. Hi, how are you? I hope everyone's having a good day today and you're ready for a discussion on love, one of my favorite subjects. So this is Maggie Chula, and I am here on Om Times Magazine, coming to you live to talk to you about love, about life, about healing. And I am Maggie Chula, healer of the soul. So it's always fun to hear where people are from, and it's great to know that I am reaching out to people all over the world. So I know for some of you it isn't morning, but just for the sake of commonality, let's say hi. Okay. Love. It's one of my favorite subjects. It's been quite a couple of weeks, couple months, maybe years for many of us of caring, of worrying, of wondering where is life going. That's a given. That's going to happen always. But today and in this month, I want to celebrate the fact that you and I are connected through the incredible vibration of God and love. So in this live stream, I like to come and bring some of the information that is shared from my many teachers of wisdom. And in the past, I have worked as a sacred channel of light, and I've channeled many books. I've got the books up above here for me, and I have also channeled many healings. But this week, these past months have been a little more personal for me because as I've been writing more and more about healing work, I have found it becoming something that I needed to re-examine on that physical level. So I want to say to you that wherever you are and what you're doing, I want you to take a moment, just take a little time to join in this beautiful, joyous circle and to know that at this moment, you and I are connected to the greatest healer that's available. And that's the universe, our soul, and our connection to what I call the Akasha, the Akashic vibration, which is the name of my body of teaching work. The Akashic vibration stands for the universal source, the vibration of that source. And in that source and in that body of work that I have created with God and with the master teachers, I have many healing tools. And in some of them, we use the violet flame, which many of you have worked with. And that's a flame that's associated with Saint Germain. In my work, that flame has turned and transformed, and it becomes multiple colors. So I dubbed this beautiful tool the flame of transmutation. And I had a chance this past week to use this flame for myself. When I find myself really going into a space where I think I can't give my best to someone, where maybe my own fears start to play out. Does this person care for me? How do they see me? Do they even understand what I'm sharing with them? You know what I mean? Those kinds of things. When I start to get worried and upset myself, then I know it's time for me to release some of that ego humanness and to go back into the beautiful vibration of Source and to say, oh, that's right. Perfect, whole, safe, loved, just the way I am. And I assure you, you are too. So when we open this circle for this live stream, they have shared with me things to do. There's a certain protocol. The first protocol is to make sure you connect up yourself. You yourself. So I go and I breathe in that breath of life. You can't be alive on this earth without breathing. So it is your breath of life. But it's also your connection to the universal source of all that is. So you're breathing in the breath of God. You're breathing this in and you're connecting and you're feeling so good, so wonderful in this beautiful center of light. And if you need some help knowing how to do that, I have several classes that I have been developing with Om Times Magazine and Om Times Media and all their incredible platforms. And it's called the Experts Platform on Om Times. And on that platform, I have some work that I've done on channeling. And I was just reminded that there is one out there on channeling love, how to go and be in that vibration. And so as I was looking to figure out what are the new things I can share, I was reminded once again of some very old basics. Like I said, the first one is, remember, you are a divine being of light. You are a being of light. I'm a being of light. We are equal in this light vibration in our connection to Source. Mine is not greater than yours. But where I may come more confident than you is that I've had to rely on this for most of my life, because I'm here to teach how to heal. And when you're here to teach how to heal, guess what happens? You have to heal. That's right. Any teacher will share with you that the class that they're teaching is something they equally have to learn. So I was born needing to learn how to heal. And I thought, as many of us do, you get through a big traumatic healing and that's it. Look at me. I'm here. I can do this forever and I'm perfect and I'm whole. Well, okay, I am perfect and I am whole, but I still have learning to do, thankfully, because I think when you stop learning, what happens? Do you go back into the source? Perhaps. And while I love God and I love being in that source, I'm not ready. I'm just not ready. I love Gaia. I love Mother Earth. And so these are also things that if you are experiencing any sort of pains or illnesses, or it can even be heartsick, anything that's causing you to feel in your body less than whole and perfect, I want you to think about this. Love is the greatest spiritual healer. We all need love. Animals, people, insects even. I know that's a little tough because I am a person who sees a spider and goes, ah, I am better. But when you think about what binds us all together besides our vibration in the source, because we are connected through the source, I feel very strongly it is love. And in this journey of life, sharing your love, which is free, is the most valuable thing you can do for yourself and you can do for others. And here's why. When you share something, it expands within your energy field, within your vibration. So by knowing love, you can identify it in others. But by knowing it in yourself, you can share it with others. You'll know when you're judging someone, and perhaps harshly. You'll know when you need to share some more compassion. some more understanding. And compassion is something we will be talking about next month. But this month, we're talking about love. Last month, if you remember, we did some classes on grief. And that was to help us relieve some of that heaviness that stays and weighs down in our hearts. The grief we may not have been there for our children when they were little because we were working. The grief we might not have been there for our parents enough when they were growing older because we were busy. Grief, in all its many layers. But now, building sacred partnerships and opening up to love and opening up to the love within yourself, the very first sacred partnership should be to you and God, between you and God. That is your first sacred partnership. And we'll start with that in my class, which is next week, called Building Loving Relationships, Partnerships. But partnerships go beyond, of course, that relationship with yourself. However, when we're talking about love, I like to get people back into the vibration of knowing what that is. So the class we did last week was Love the Spiritual Healer. And in that class, which is available to you today, and it's absolutely free, that one has a healing vibrational aspect to it. It's a guided meditation. It's a vibrational healing. And if you've been to any of my classes, all you need to do is listen. You need to go there and listen, because I'm trained not just by the classes I've taken as a human being, but by the growth I've had in my own soul, to be able to share with you this vibrational connection to your source, to your soul, for you have one. And that beautiful soul joins you here now. So when you're in this sacred circle, the first thing you do is you call on your own soul. You call on the vibration of source. And you have a unique vibration with this source. That is your soul. So when you call on them, then I always have the feeling that this light is coming down to me. I know many people go from inside out, and I do that too. But when I call on the source of all that is, I feel it so expansive. It is greater than me. And in this vibration, I can pick up on threads, on vibrational cords, if you will. There's grief, there's understanding, there's compassion, but the one that stands out in almost all people that I work with, in almost all beings that I've ever seen, is that immense, beautiful, pale, pinkish vibration of love. We are born in love. It is from love that this whole universe grows and expands. And I can assure you that at the center of your being is a beautiful, loving, whole, vibrational light being. And that's what I want to help you tune into, plug into, and work with, maybe more than you have before. And sometimes to get to that level of love, that level of self-acceptance, it takes some releasing of past memories, releasing of past thoughts where you weren't good enough. Because how do you build loving partnerships if you don't start with your own, with you? So we'll look at it from many different angles. And I have been assured that Mother Mary, the Divine Feminine Mother, will be a part of this beautiful experience we're going to have in our class. And also, I have been assured that when we bring in that triad of God the Father, the Divine Mother, and Mother Earth, Gaia, we add a balancing to our love. because we are here as human beings. We share this earth together. So building a loving partnership, when you really get into that vibration of love is joyful, love is happy, love brings you and lifts you up, and you can go out into the day and share your best with others. When you get into that vibration of love, you bounce almost. People tell me I float, I don't walk, and my shoes almost show that. I can wear shoes for 20 years. I haven't changed in size, and they hardly look scuffed, because it's a lightness of being that actually lifts you up, and you can tell people who are in that channel of love. And it doesn't mean you have to go out there and you know, just be gushy-feely with everyone, although I see nothing wrong with that at all. But some of you might be more introverted. Maybe you're not as comfortable sharing and expressing your relationships, sharing and expressing vibration the way I am. And that's fine too. But you can still be connected up. And you don't have to tell anyone. If you connect by breathing, then you just breathe. But you put a mindfulness to it. You go, okay, you know what? Right now when I breathe, I'm going to know I'm opening up the cells. I'm going to let my vibrational being, that beautiful orb of light that I am, I'm going to let that just light up the skies. And I'm going to see it. And I'm going to know through my actions, I am being loving to others. Now, people need love. It's been said for generations, maybe since human beings have been around. And the reason these things come around and keep coming around is because they're true. So another good way of building loving partnerships is to start to establish you have a partnership with Mother Earth. That's right. You have a partnership with Mother Earth. It is through her grace, through her ability to sustain life, that we're even here, that we get a chance to be on this planet. And we've seen through the last couple of months, there's some instability going on in the environment. And there's plenty of things we as human beings can do. And isn't it time to just give a little thought to that, to building that sacred partnership? I have been assured when I go walking in the woods and I see some paper that's on the ground that doesn't deserve to be there, some trash or something that's been left behind by some other people, and I pick it up, I almost feel the light beings all around there looking at me, sharing with me love, saying, thank you so much, Maggie, for picking that up. And I'll tell you what, I get a present when that happens. I almost always see animals, beautiful animals, lots of animals. They'll come to me. I had one mother deer brought her baby. Actually, her baby wasn't deterred. He wanted to come up to me. And I was like, okay, you know, we can see each other, but I don't know if your mom is ready for that. So you just stay on your side of this vibration and I'll stay over here. But I felt that love from her. Like, this is my baby. And I felt that thank you for helping me. Now, I've been asked, how do I know? How do I have that yes, it's happening? Well, you can challenge yourself because miracles happen all the time. All the time. If you want a miracle, if that's what you need to know that love exists, ask for one. Ask for one. So how do you do that? So sharing love and asking for miracles, how does this all relate to your classes? Well, this is how it ties together. When you build the sacred circle of light, you're asking your guides to come in here, not just mine. No, you're asking yours. You're asking the master teachers. You're coming into this sacred circle. I've shared with you some of mine. I love Mother Mary. I love Buddha. Jesus is a a vibration I know very well. And I see them as strands of light or orbs of light, or I just feel them around me. So you call and you ask these beings to come in. Now, when you know who you are and you know what your vibration feels like, it's easier to know when other vibrations are there with you, right? You know when you sense something with you. So let's go back to love. I want to feel love. Share with me the feeling of love. If you ask that, and then you stay in that mindful circle, and you know these beings are sharing their love with you, there'll come a point in your mind when you resist and you let go. You stop resisting and you let go. And you just surrender to that feeling of bliss is about the closest I can share. A joyousness, a lightness of spirit. And then I ask you, bring something that's causing you some issues in your heart. Maybe it's a person. Maybe it's a person you're worried about. Bring that person and you'll realize that it's shifted somehow. It's shifted. When you know love exists and you can feel it in your heart, and you know, you believe you are connected to the source of all that is, then you know that your loved one is also. Now, yes, they may not be making choices that you're making, that you would make for them, but they are connected to their own source, to their own God. They do have their own way, and we're not the same. So maybe what they really want in their life isn't what you want in yours. But that doesn't mean you can't love them. And that does not mean you can't be partners in love with them. But we'll also talk about that special one. Because I know many of us have a special one. That person who completes you. And I know this because I am married to mine. Yes, I am that lucky. I wasn't always, and it took us a long time to find each other. But you can. And it's getting yourself more and more into alignment with knowing love, knowing God, knowing and accepting all things are here for a reason. So I like to find out what are the lessons that are keeping me from expressing this divine love. So in these classes that I share, we ask questions and we share with you, bring your journal. Come on, write this down. How are you going to know that you're doing better if you're not making some kind of mental note along the way? Because I can guarantee you, you are getting better. And the vibrations of the earth are lighting up. This morning, it was just like the sun came into my heart and I could feel this intense emotion of oneness, which is also a vibration of love. So we're going to talk about love. We're going to share love. We're going to give you tools to be able to just even listen with an open heart and the desire to move out of the grief that you've been holding in your heart and make room for that lightness of spirit, that beautiful vibration that says, I am. I am. I am. And when you're secure in who you are, an amazing thing happens. The energy and vibration of love will start to flow through you to others. Because now you're saturated. Now your cells are full of love. You're in alignment with the source vibration. You go back into harmony with physical, divine health, which I assure you is your birthright. And the more you can move some of these weightiness of worrying about people and instead knowing we are all connected to the grace of God, and knowing you'll be a force of light in this world. You will shine as brightly as you can. You will do what you can. And even if that is looking at people in the face, smiling at them and saying, hello, then do that. And you are making a difference. So I invite you to go check out my classes. The one last week was Love the Spiritual Healer. There is a beautiful half-hour vibrational healing at the end of it. And if you want, you can write to me and I will give you the downloaded link just to that audio. And I share that in my classes. So take a class and you'll find out how to do that. And know this, that the class next week, Love, Building Loving Partnerships, we're going to go beyond just thinking of that one, although we will think of them. And we're going to start to know that the partnership that's the most important is the partnership with you and your soul, and the partnership with that part of you that is a part of God, your lightness of being. So come join me and let's build this bridge of light, this vibration of light, so that it is there and more people can feel it and sense it too. Now I invite you to subscribe to this live stream. And I tell you, I will be here on Tuesdays at 8:30 Central. I'm in Hudson, Wisconsin, so it's 8:39 now. And we're going to come on and share sacred wisdom with you. And I hope you join me. It is with so much love that I thank you for being here with me. And I know you and I are blessed because we are a part of the vibration of the source of all that is. Much love, many blessings. Namaste.